What the? Oh, hey there, Heather, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to another um, World Cup video for Classic Soccer. We're doing the World Cup Plus 2024 tourney, in which every team in this tournament is a former World Cup host. Now, I don't know what the heck happened with my game, but I when I went through like all the preliminary rounds, see these guys, and then I went through these guys. Like there were 8 teams out of 16 that qualified for the round of 16 without having to play the prelims, and 8 teams that had prelims. For some strange reason, I had two 1950 Brazils. When one was supposed to be the 2014 Brazilians. Excuse me, I don't know what happened. Regardless, I'm not going to complain because we know the 2014 Brazilians choked on home turf. So I'm not going to make any adjustments. But anyway, here are the 8 teams left. We have the 1966 English squad that won the World Cup when they hosted it. Of course, the craziness of hosting the World Cup because they lost the World Cup because FIFA stole it, and then it was found by a dog named Pickles, and then England tried desperately to try to push North Korea away from the mainland as much as possible, putting them in Middlesbrough for their soccer matches, but the locals actually grew fond to North Korea team. And of course, North Korea beat Italy 1-0 to send Italy home and to a barrage of tomatoes. And that's when North Korea actually shocked everyone by taking a 3-0 lead over Portugal in the quarterfinals, but lost by 3. But anyway, yeah, England's won. Jeff Hurst's second goal of the game, that was not in. And this is coming from an England fan. That was definitely not in. And of course, 2010 was when they decided to get revenge, with the Frank Lampard goal not counting. So, of course, they take on the 94 US squad, as you see on the screen. The 94 US squad. A lot of people accuse the US of buying the World Cup for their money things, Razzmatazz of 1994. But it still holds the record for the tournament with the best average attendance. Well, I mean, when you put games in like a 90,000 seat stadium like the Rose Bowl or even Orlando, then you're going to get a lot of people. The US put on a very good show. Unfortunately, that was when Andres Escobar had that own goal against the Americans, and then 11 days later, it cost him dearly. It cost him his life. And of course, it ended with Baggio's penalty kick over the bar, giving Brazil the World Cup. 1934 Italy, that was the first World Cup they had. They won. And of course, that's when Mussolini was starting to get into power and basically rivaling Hitler in a sense. And Mussolini and Hitler working together. I think they worked together or they worked against each other. I don't know. I think Mussolini and Hitler were helping each other. But regardless, Mussolini handpicked the team and handpicked the referees for this stuff. And then, they take on the 1950 Brazilians who hosted the World Cup, who needed a tie against Uruguay to win the World Cup. And there were lots of celebrations planned and all that. And Brazil had the 1-1 tie, but then was it Candicia? Or was it Scafino? I think it was Scafino who scored the goal to make it 2-1 Uruguay. And he said he was one of only 2 people to silence the Maracana Stadium, and the other was Frank Sinatra. So, yeah, Scafino did it. The Brazilian team was basically ostracized. They changed the kits to yellow and blue. Barbosa, the goalie, was basically forced to flee on an island and all that, and was not brought back and was not allowed to make any movements with the Brazilian national team at all. 1990, Italy hosted the World Cup. They did pretty well for themselves. Falling to Argentina, ironically, Maradona was on that team, and of course, Maradona played for Napoli in the Italian league. But Italy did well. Toto Schillaci did pretty well, but then he injured himself in Japan and all that. The Italian squads did good. They took third to beat England. Well, England wasn't really playing for third place. They take on the 2006 German squad. This was the first World Cup I actually paid attention to and watched as a person. I was only 21 when that happened. You know, it was the first World Cup I watched. England getting to the quarterfinals against Portugal. It was supposed to be a good win against Portugal, but stupid Cristiano Ronaldo, that blanking winker. Rudy did do some terrible stuff too. Like I admit, he got a red card, but CR7 basically winked. I think Rudy would have only got a yellow card if it wasn't for CR7's bitchery. And of course, the host Germans were supposed to go to the final, but Fabio Grosso's extra time goal helped Italy beat Germany. And of course, that's the tournament when Zidane headbutted Materazzi and cost France the World Cup. In the fourth quarterfinal, the 2002 South Koreans are the first ever co-hosts of a World Cup, 2002 with Japan. Of course, Korea got some favorable decisions, especially against Italy in the round of 16, where Italy had everything right. They had a goal disallowed for some stupid reason, and then Tati got in trouble for diving, quote unquote, and got red carded. And Korea won. John On Wong scoring the goal. And weird thing was he was playing for Perugia in the Italian league. They basically terminated his contract, but under increased scrutiny, they let him back. I think. Yeah, Korea beat Spain on penalties. A little bit of argy bargy there in the quarterfinals. Semifinals, they fell to Germany because I know Brazil beat Turkey in the other one. And Korea lost the third place game to Turkey. They faced the 74 West Germans, who hosted the World Cup, lost to East Germany 1-0. A lot of people said that was on purpose so that West Germany could get an easier second group thing. And it kind of worked. That was where we saw Zaire become laughing stocks, and Maputo booted the ball away for the Brazilian player on what was supposed to be a free kick. Of course, West Germany went on to win against Holland despite being down 1-0 without touching the ball. They conceded a first minute penalty, but they scored 2 goals of their own to move on. So as usual, we ought to play the first legs, and we see that every matchup except for Brazil Italy is by multiple goals. England 2-0 and 3-1. Of course, yeah, they gave a goal to win now. The guy who screwed over Canada, but yeah, England's in. Italy wins 2-1 over Germany, so the 90 Italians are in. Nicely done. And West Germany crushing Korea in Divine Powder 5-0. They had 3 red cards? Really? Wow. Korea was down to 9 players. 8 players, sorry. 8 players. Wow. Taeyoung Kim got 2 yellows that turns into a red. John Won On did the same, 2 yellows to a red. And Sun Chu Yu got a straight red. Wow, they really lost the plot. So now the question is, will Italy have a second team in the semifinals, or will Brazil get a team in the semifinals? We got the 66 Brits, you got the 90 Italians, and the 74 West Germans. We're gonna. I'm trying to 8 minutes. Yeah, we'll play the second half no matter what. Well, we'll auto watch, I should say. And the first half was scores of 34 Italians taking down Americana. Ferrari. So, nothing really dramatic. So, the 66 English, the 34 Italians, the 90 Italians, and the 74 West Germans are going to be your final four. Let's just get this over with. Is it the two? Nope. 66 England versus 90 Italy, 74 Germany versus 34 Italy. All right. So we have all four teams hosted in the 20th century. So not the youngest teams, the 90 Italians teams left. Well, Italy's got two matches at Studio Piazza. And I know he was a pretty good striker. So yeah, so the semifinals and finals will be fun, I hope. Anyway, I'm Jeff. I'm gonna do.